Morning. So slept really well. Got my stuff dried out. Hit the post office. That was interesting. This place did things a little bit differently. Maybe they did it by the books, or maybe the person doing the stuff was confused, but it costed more, even though my box weighed less. They said that the box I was using was oversized, which is the box that I bought from the post office at the intent. So I don't know what's going on, but I didn't have time to mess with it, so it is what it is. And you know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because people said that this place is usually really good, and or the guy that was driving me, excuse me, but you know, it's like I walk up and I put my box on the counter and she's like, what are we doing? I don't know. Mailing something? Anyway. I need to check my attitude today. Check my perspective. I'm definitely going to switch back to the Lone Peaks. I'm going to try to find the thicker version of the insoles that I use. And yeah, when it's time for new shoes, I'll just get my Lone Peaks shipped up here, shipped up to wherever I am, and use those. You know, when my feet got wet in the Lone Peaks for days, it was fine. They dried out really quick and I didn't get any blisters. And if these get wet, like after a couple hours, I'll start developing hot spots on my heels. Something else I noticed, I'm really trying to stay dry today because I don't want blisters. Something else I noticed is, like, you know, complain is probably a strong word. I definitely have feelings about, you know, things I'm experiencing. You know, my legs have felt great for a while now. I'm not really having too much pain anywhere. Still a little bit with Achilles tendonitis, but it's constantly getting better. And I've seen other people's feet, and man, they are jacked up. And I've had people comment, they look at me and they're like, you look healthy. Like, I should look worse. And I hope that means that I'm, you know, like, cause like when you look at my feet, after I take a shower, they look great, you know? So, you know, I'm hoping that means that I'm taking care of myself really well. So there's that. The goal is like 17 and some change today, which I got started. I mean, I hit the trail probably around 950 something, 952-ish. So I'm really hoping to make okay time today so I can get to camp, you know, not late. My mood is middle of the road, you know. I'm gonna keep pushing through. I'm gonna walk at whatever pace I feel necessary. Or no, excuse me. I'm gonna walk at whatever pace my body dictates, which I've been doing for a while now. If I feel like, if my body says to go slow, I just one step at a time. There's moments where I was like, wow, we're really cruising right now. So, yeah. Miss my daughter. And, yeah. I want to say I'm sorry, because it seems like more days than not, I'm not in the best of moods, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for having feelings. I'm not sorry for expressing myself. Oh, here's something positive. The shampoo for my beard is working. I can open my mouth. There's still a little bit of dryness and but the scaling is largely gone. So that's really positive. My body feels good. That's positive. My beard is getting better. That's positive. So that's working. You know, I am moving forward. I'm not a look on the bright side type of guy. I choose to acknowledge everything. Sometimes I choose to just focus on the negative. But equally, I think it's a mistake to ignore or set aside or dismiss or diminish the negative that you're experiencing. It's a part. Yeah, I mean, it might not look like it kind of sucks to be in a bad space, but it's necessary. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable and I'm doing a hard thing. That's okay. That is okay. Type 2 fun develops later. The fun develops later. You know, I'll look back on this someday and be like, oh, that was amazing and hard, and I don't want to do that again. So, all right, party people, that's enough. Let's get on with it. Here's an interesting thing I forgot to mention this morning. I was looking at my uploads and one of them had a copyright claim against it. And I was like, I don't put music in them. Like, what's going on? Well, day 79, while I'm doing the blister care, the guy at the Yellow House, the guy had music playing the whole time in the background. And I closed the door, and maybe you could hear it a little bit better on different speakers, but on my phone, I could barely hear it. I had to really listen. So those AI scrubbers are really good because it picked up the faint sound of Black Magic Woman in the background. Which is fine. I mean, that's, they even had a mark on there saying, I guess it was approved. Like, it's fine for it to be up. So that, I thought that was, I'm sure it's, I know from other people that it's not a perfect system and sometimes things happen. And there's actually nefarious people that will go out there and post claim to your videos just randomly because putting up a fight is so hard. And if it's monetized and making money, they can make some money in the meantime, something like that, especially from other countries where there's not much you could do from here. But because these are being filmed in National Park Service and national forests, if I ever do meet the requirement for monetization, I will go through and make sure that these videos are not monetized, because there is an issue with that filming. So, you know, I hope someday I do meet that mark, and then I'll make some other videos that are not in parklands and, you know, stuff at home, like some tips and stuff for the trail that a lot of people will watch. Anyway, yeah. So there's an interesting fact. If you go back and watch that video, let me know how well you can hear the music playing in the background. And I'm going to be really mindful of that moving forward. So it's a good day. 17.7 miles to Shaker Campground. It's a good spot. They have platforms, so that was really cool because I got to kind of stretch and do some stuff after eating. I'd say most of the day I felt kind of like fine. Just kind of going through it, you know. There's nobody at this campsite, and I know that there was a bunch of people staying behind me. There were some people I met the other day that I think are behind me, which I don't know when I passed them. And then of course there's people ahead of me, so I'm just continually in this like weird spot where nobody is, except for of course when there's a weekend where there's tons of Boy Scouts around. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow. There's a campground I wanted to stay at called Father something. Again, everything I do between like two spots, like let's say, you know, I got to Great Barrington and then I'm going to Williamstown. And it's like no matter how I cut it in between, I'm going to get there in the same day. Unless I did some real pushing, I'm going to get there in the same day. And yeah, I could do a big day one day, but that means that the next day is short. So it kind of doesn't matter. Part of me wants to try pushing some bigger days just so that I don't become complacent at doing less. You know, I'd say overall, I still want to have a good average. I would like my average, you know, to be up around 18, which before that's kind of what it was, because every time I went to a town, it would cut, you know, my mileage. So even if I was doing 25s, but basically if anyway, I could go on and on about that crap. Yeah, but at the end, like when I got here, I forget what time I got here. I think it was closer to like 5:36 o'clock, somewhere around there. So I had plenty of time to eat, and I was listening to music. I was even starting to like move a little bit with the music, and you know, ate my dinner and stuff. And yeah, I'd say it was a good day, you know. I was thinking today it'd be funny if I like met up with some people and be like, "Oh, you hiking the same pace as me? I'm gonna just grab onto you. I'm gonna glob onto you." And hey, what are we doing today? Where are we going? You know. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, I'd say generally, I'm in a good mood today. Generally, if this is a terrible mood, and this is an excellent mood, and this is indifferent, I would say I'm right here. Now I'm just being silly. So maybe it's a little bit better than if I'm being silly. Anyway, that's enough for me tonight. Yeah. See you tomorrow.